Hey guys, welcome to another video. While we've been on the subject of J Scott Campbell's fairy tale fantasies and the sculptures based off of that, I figured I'd just keep on going and show you Jasmine from Aladdin. So this is another amazing piece created by Roberto Von Behr. He sculpted all of these at the garage kit resin scene, spaced over many years. And so this is again based off the artwork from J Scott Campbell's Fairy Tale Fantasies calendars. And I will have a video on all of that so you can see, sort of compare the source art with the sculptures. So he did an amazing job again with this. There's a lot of elements to it, so let's get a little bit closer. First of all, in the calendar picture, it shows Jasmine in her red costume flying over the city. It could be any generic, of course, city in the Middle East, but it could also be Agrabah if you go by the Disney version. But in the artwork, she's flying over the city, and then there's like a red genie in the background. Nothing like the Robin Williams one. He actually looks pretty demonic. So she's got the magic lamp, and then there's smoke issuing from the lamp, and then becomes this red genie in the background. Again, you'll see the source art in one of my upcoming videos. And so, this was quite a challenge then for Roberto to turn it into sculptural format. You want to make the base really cool, really neat, but she is in the air. And suspending a character in the air is one of the most challenging things you can do in terms of the art design of a statue. So how to accomplish that and still remain true to the source art. And so he came upon a really ingenious solution. He made the base part of the buildings, and then he sculpted it in a sense from a certain angle to make it look like you're looking at it from the sky. And then he mounted the magic carpet onto the middle tower, and then put Jasmine on top of the magic carpet. Now, as great as the sculpture is, and it certainly is amazing, a lot of credit also has to go to John Allred, who painted this version up for me, because this carpet had to be essentially done all by hand, all the patterns, all the texture. So you can see the brush of the rugs, the fringe, and then getting really close, you can actually see the texture here. So he had to paint all of these by hand, all of this stuff here. So, that's pretty amazing. This is a homage to the magic carpet from Disney's Aladdin, as you can see. But instead of painting her blue, I decided to stick with the source art and keep her red. And there is, of course, a scene from Disney's Aladdin where she tries to seduce Jafar, where she is dressed as a slave girl red. And I've always been partial to that color, and so I kept her with that. But the magic carpet is blue. Here's the sandy base. You can see a little bit of the rock, and then of course the gate down here. So again, there is a bit of a forced perspective illusion that we're trying to go for. You want to give this feeling as if you're flying high above the city. So here are the little tiny windows. Certain versions of this build-up, you can actually drill and put lights in there, so you can actually turn on. But for just that tiny effect of the lights, I just felt it wasn't worth all of the drilling and the putty that would be necessary to install the switch. So I didn't ask for that. I'm quite happy with the color scheme and the work as it is. You can see some of the detail around the towers themselves and the Arabesque tops. Very nice. And then of course Jasmine herself perched on the magic carpet. Again, just very appropriate costume to the location. This is all supposed to be diaphanous silk. here. So everything's supposed to be very filmy, silky. Here's our bracelets. Here's the back. Again, this is one that will benefit with flash later on. We can see all of that detail. But here I'm just going for just overall naturalistic lighting. Here's her face, very true again to the source art. She has a veil. That veil can be removed. And then the lamp, like so. And then draw it back. Again, as with all of these, statues sculpted by Roberto, very nice, very naturalistic, great pose, and again, very, very true to the source art. You can even see the earrings right here and here. Okay, so I'm going to try to take the veil off now. Again, this is a little bit translucent, paint it nice and pink. And it goes on just with this little tiny tag right here. He didn't want it to look too distracting. And then here's her face. Very pretty. And I'm going to be going to flash, as usual, coming up. So here she is with flash on. Let's take a look. Again, appreciate some of the details of the base and the building. John even added a little bit of the greenery on the inside of the palace, where you could afford to have some of that done. Drawing back, you can take a look at the carpet and the work that went into that. Lustrous black hair flowing behind her, and then her costume, the gold bracelets, fingernail polish all red. There you go here. There she is. Brown eyes, black hair, earrings, nice shading for skin. Going close up, give it some of the flash, and then backing up again. So here she is. Jasmine from Aladdin, sculpted by Roberto Von Behr, painted by John Allred, based off the comic art of J Scott Campbell for his calendar series Fairy Tale Fantasies. I have one more of these to show, which is Little Red Riding Hood, and then after that, that's all I've got for now from that series. But Sideshow is going to be making quite a few, and there's still a few garage kits that need to be painted up. But again, overall, great series. Very, very well done. Until next time, take care.